Hello everyone. In this video, we see Mikhail Tal's amazing game. This game was played in 1973. In this game, Mikhail Tal play with white pieces and unknown player play with black pieces. Let's move to the game. So Tal starts with e4, c5 Sicilian defense, knight to f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight to f6, and this is called Sicilian defense open variation. Knight to c3 create support on e4, and the black continue with a6 cover this b5 square, and this is called Sicilian defense open Najdorf variation. So Tal continue with bishop to g5 e6 to prevent doubling pawn on f file, f4 bishop to e7 unpin this knight, queen to f3, queen to c7, and Tal castles queen side, knight b to d7, bishop to d3, b5, create space for bishop, rook h to e1. So Tal's all minor pieces are set to attack on king, and also castle is completed, but black's king is in center. So black continue with bishop to b7 and create pressure on center and pin this pawn. So Tal can't move this pawn because this pawn is pinned. So Tal move his queen and unpin his pawn. Queen to g3, g4 and pressure on knight. So Tal sacrifice his knight on d5 and create pressure on queen. But black continue with knight takes knight and didn't take this knight with his pawn. E takes knight. So Tal want to open this rook's file. So black can't take this pawn with his pawn because rook takes bishop comes and black would lose his bishop. So after e takes knight, black continue with knight to c5 and pressure on bishop. D takes c6. So threat is clear. So black continue with knight takes bishop and check, and this pawn is pinned. So Tal has to take this knight with his rook or queen. So Tal take this knight with his rook. f6, bishop to h4, g5, f takes g5, f takes g5, and pressure on bishop. Bishop takes g5, rook to g8, and the black pin this bishop. So here pause the video and think Tal's next move. So Tal continue with bishop takes bishop and sacrifice his queen. If black take this bishop, then black would lose his rook and check, and black has to move his queen between king and queen, then black would down in material. You can see that on the board. So black accept the queen sacrifice. Rook takes queen, rook takes rook, and still black can't take this bishop because rook to g8 check and the black's king has no mouse. So queen to f8 is forced move. So black would lose his queen. So after rook takes rook, black continue with queen to c5 and create pressure on knight. Bishop to f6 and support this knight. And also threat is direct checkmate because king has no mouse. You can see that. So black continue with king to f8 to prevent a checkmate and also prevent rook to g8. So Tal continue with another plan, rook to f1. So Tal's plan is very clear. After moving bishop, discover check comes from rook. So black continue with rook to c8, try to create pressure on king side, but this pawn is supported by knight and this knight is supported by bishop. So pause the video for last time and think Tal's final move. So here Tal can continue with bishop to e7 check and both files are covered. So black can't prevent this checkmate because this pawn is supported by knight. So king has only two moves and checkmate. And if black move his king, then also rook to g8 and then checkmate. But Tal continue with bishop to d8 and discover check comes from rook. And still black can't prevent this checkmate because both files are covered. So king has only one move, king to e8, and after moving king, rook to g8 is immediately checkmate. And if black move his bishop, then also checkmate comes. So after bishop to d8, black resigned here because black can't prevent this checkmate. And also comment how the game was. And if you like the game, then please subscribe the channel for watch more games.